One of the big stories of the week has been this new strain of the virus, this new variant that was detected in the UK, leading to the shutdowns there and the spread of that new strain to other countries. In fact, it has been now detected in Israel, and that is a nation that's already been barring travelers from coming in from the outside. Danon joins us now, the former Israeli ambassador to the UN. Ambassador, thank you for coming on. You know, it's interesting the approaches that different countries take on all of this, but then when you look at it, when you have a new strain like this that supposedly is more contagious, really tough to stop it, I guess, no matter what you do. What would you say about it?
So in Israel, we have experience with challenges, and we do not take any chances. That's why Prime Minister Netanyahu decided to close the borders immediately. Everybody who is coming to Israel, we take him to our hotel, and we make sure that we are all safe. And I think now we hear good reports regarding the mutation. And we have to understand, we started to vaccinate the Israeli population. It's only about 9 million people, but it will take about 3 to 4 months until we will get to 60–70% of the people who will be vaccinated. So we have to take it seriously. We have only one airport. It's much easier than the US and other countries, but we cannot take any chances after what we experienced.
Okay, let's talk about that approach a little bit and how it is different than some other countries, and how even inside the United States, which is a country you've been familiar with for years, the approaches have been different because people are trying to balance out what the impact might be on their local economies versus obviously trying to control the virus. So, for example, you're joining us live today, I believe, from Miami, Florida. Florida is a state that's much more open than the state I'm in New York, which may not be as close, say, as Israel is, but certainly has shut down more than Florida. So how do governments best balance this? Because obviously you do have an economic consequence to these decisions that you're making, right?
So we all agree that no one wants a lockdown, no one enjoys the restrictions. In order to decide, we have to look at the numbers. If you have a region like here in Florida or in other places in the US where the numbers are not so bad, there is no reason to impose lockdowns. But when you have a place like we had in Israel, different cities that we had no choice but to impose the lockdown. So you have to look every day. You have to wake up, look at the charts, and according to the numbers, to take decisions and to be flexible with your decisions. We shouldn't be afraid of imposing or lifting restrictions, and to do it fast.
Do it fast, right. That's an interesting point, because don't you automatically, by the way information is exchanged, and even though we get information faster than we've ever gotten it in the past, aren't you automatically behind? Because by the time, for example, I find out about something, it's already happened, right? So I might say, well, this strain is spread out of the UK and we're worried about it coming here. As Dr. Fauci said the other day, it's probably already here because somebody may have gotten on a flight a couple of weeks ago and we didn't even know about the new strain. So it's just tough to stay ahead of it.
You cannot stay ahead of it, but you can look at the numbers of the pandemic and act fast. And yes, we are dealing with a global threat. That's why we have to cooperate and to have a multilateral cooperation. You know, we cannot take care only of the people of a nation. We have to work more with other nations and understand that we have global threats that will require global solutions. It's similar to what happened in the US. You didn't have the federal system, but in order to fight health issues and crime issues, you actually bought the federal system. We have to bring a similar system for the international arena, where we cooperate fast between the nations in order to give fast solutions.
Okay, so then as a final point, what will Israel, or what should Israel look at to open back up? You have this ban in place on foreign travel right now. What would it take to get back to quote-unquote normal, do you think? What would you have to see in the numbers?
So I expect that we are heading to another lockdown, unfortunately. I believe it will be the last one, because we are starting to vaccinate, and within a few weeks we will see the numbers. And by the way, we are grateful for the US and for the leadership of the administration that pushed the vaccine so fast. So I think it will be the last lockdown, and the number of the people who are vaccinated will go up, and we'll be able to open up everything within 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months. Okay, we'll keep following it as we have been. Ambassador, good to see you again. Ambassador Danon.
Thank you.
With us today from Miami, Florida.